We are 4 weeks post-diet and I am 12 kilo up. And this is the result of eating flexibly. So, I'll be honest, over the last 4 weeks coming out of my diet, I am big on my whole foods. I love my good food anyway, so I have been hitting 6 meals per day of whole foods. It's always chicken, turkey, salmon, and I'm always having potato rice, fruits, Greek yogurts, nuts, you know how it is. I love my food. But have I been snacking as well? Yes, I have. And believe me, I can snack. When I go, I go. I can have sittings of having 8 to 10 Mars bars, just being open and honest. I can have sittings where I'm doing sleeves of biscuits and cake, like no problem at all. Yes, it bothered me, but you know what? When I did my diet, I came out of it wanting to enjoy myself, and I knew that this is how I would approach it. Is it the ideal way to approach it? No. Was it the ideal way for me to approach it? I'm not too sure, but it is what I did, and this is the position I'm in now, so this is what we're moving forward with. So this is the 102 kilo dad bod this morning. 4 weeks post-diet, so let's take a look at how we're looking. So front shot. Obviously, conditions slipped significantly in the legs and the abs. But not too bad considering the level of food I've put away. I'm coming back 4 days from holiday. Yeah, not too bad at all. We still got some ab lines there. The glutes and the hams, they're going to be a lot softer, I can imagine. Yeah. But again, 12 kilo up in a 4 week period, they're going to be. Let's have a look at a rear shot, shall we? Not too bad considering, but my plan from here moving forward is, and the main idea of this video is I go away in 4 weeks time, and I am going to be that dad that is going to lose between 5 and 6 kilo in the next 4 weeks, just to tighten up and trim up for holiday, because that's a little goal I've got in place that I want to do for me, and that's going to get me back on track, get me in better body composition, get my insulin sensitivity a little bit higher, so I'm a bit more responsive to building muscle again. So that's just something I'm going to undertake from today. So guys, if you are a busy parent and your goal is to lose around 5 to 6 kg over the next few weeks, which is exactly what I'm doing, this is how I would approach it. The first thing I want to say is there isn't one perfect way to lose body fat. There are lots of different approaches that work. This is simply how I would do it because it fits around my lifestyle, my work, and my children. So this is the advice that I am offering out to you. Point number one, as mentioned, calorie deficit. The first thing I would do is create a calorie deficit to suit you. For me personally, I've set my calories at 3,200 on training days and 3,000 calories on rest days. Now, before you think that's really high, remember those calories are specific to me. I'm 102 kg this morning fasted, a little bit heavier than I would like it to be, but I train regularly, I'm active every day, and I have a good amount of muscle mass or lean mass to require that food as well. Your calories might be 1,800, they might be 2,200, they might be 2,800, I'm not too sure, but the important thing is not to be copying my numbers here because these are completely suited to me, okay? The important thing is here in this position is creating a calorie deficit that's appropriate for your body, your activity levels, and your goals. And if you need help with that, you know where I am, okay? You can DM me and we can get that put in place for you, no problem at all. The next thing I do is I make sure I'm hitting around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight every day. That's a set staple in my opinion, and that's what I feel that works for me, so I feel that will work for the majority of people across the board. Protein is incredibly important during a fat loss phase because it helps preserve muscle, keeps you fuller for longer, and generally makes dieting much easier overall. Personally, I also like to keep my fats relatively low. Some people like to go higher, some people like to go lower, but for me, it's around 40 grams per day in a deficit because that allows me to eat more carbohydrates, giving me more fullness, energy, better sleeps, etc., more energy around my kids, which is a priority, So the extra carbohydrates are going to help restrict the train as well and simply enjoy the diet a little bit more. rather than just boring fats and protein. Again, that's my preference, that's how I work, and that's how I work with my clients. You don't have to do the same here, just remember that. The most important thing is hitting your calorie target and protein target consistently. Ideally 5 days per week, that's where you're going to see the most results. But if you're somebody who wants to try and do that over 5 to 6 days per week and have a day of an off-plan meal, just be a little bit careful about how many extra calories are going in, because you might lose your total deficit throughout the whole week. The next thing I'd focus on is making nutrition as easy as possible. Now, as parents, as we all know, we've got enough going on already, especially if you're a single parent as well. Like I'm a single father, I have my kids 50% of the time, and I appreciate how hard it can be when you've got the kids yourself. Like, it makes things that much more harder again, you know. But like, we've got work to do, we've all got work, we've got school runs, we've got tea times, we've got bedtime stories, we've got kids in general, just family life in general. The last thing we need is spending hours in a kitchen stressing, using foods of what you think is healthy. So throughout this video I'm going to show you exactly how I prepare 3 to 4 simple meals for the day, all within 20 minutes. I can complete my whole day's worth of food within 20 minutes while still hitting my calories and macros. Super easy. Go to the supermarket, get it in, and I will get my food cooked in 20 minutes. And if I can do that, you guys can do that as well. We can all get up 20 minutes earlier, okay? No complicated recipes, no expensive ingredients, simple whole foods cooked at the same time. Just simple food that gets the job done. Bam, bam, bam. Thirdly is weight training, weighted sessions. The next thing that I would personally recommend is weight training, okay? Again, it's not an absolute necessity to lose body fat, but will it help? Yes, it will. Personally, I train 5 times per week because that's what I enjoy and it fits around my lifestyle. I'm lucky that that's a big part of my job, that I can train that amount of work around my busy schedule with my children. Does that mean that you have to train 5 times per week? Absolutely not. Okay, not at all. This is where personalization really comes into account. Okay, so if you've only got time for 2 to 3 sessions per week, that's absolutely fine. We can still progress massively towards your goal doing that. If you've got a garage gym, a few dumbbells, kettlebells at home, or limited equipment, again, that's absolutely fine. We can definitely achieve a solid fat loss phase doing that. It's not ideal, might come across as a bit mundane, might get a little bit tedious down the line, but again, it is doable, okay? Lastly, could you lose body fat without lifting weights at all? Yes. Yes, you can. So fat loss comes from maintaining a calorie deficit over time. Now, however, I would highly recommend resistance training because it helps preserve muscle mass, like extortionately. It really, really does, and it does significantly help improve body composition and generally leaves you looking and feeling much better as you lose weight. You're going to provide a much better, full, tighter look with doing some sort of weight training, okay? So I do highly advise that. Number 4 will be daily steps, an easy tool to use to drive expenditure up. Okay, so I'd say put a plan in place with a daily step target to suit you. Personally, I've chosen 10,000 steps per day for me to start. Okay, why? Because that's realistic for me, that's realistic for my life and the way I am with my schedule with work and kids. Now, I can fit that in around work, but only because I have bought a walking pad at home. I probably do 7,000 steps before the kids get up in the morning at 5 a.m. So if you think you can't get out and you can't do steps, buy yourself a walking pad, get that at home. You've got 0 excuses. You can fit that in around work, you can fit that in around your kids before they've got up, after they've got up, and most of all, it doesn't stress me out because I know worst case scenario, even if I'm stuck with the kids, I can get my steps in, okay? And it's enough to keep me active without feeling like I have to spend hours of cardio every day stressing, can I get to the gym, have I got time to the gym, you know? So just remember, your plan needs to fit around your life. That's what this is important about, not the other way around, okay? So your life doesn't need to fit around the plan. That's the big factor right here. And number 5, the big word, well, big word should I say, let's say consistency and discipline. That's what this comes down to, okay? Probably the most important point of this whole video is consistency. Discipline, consistency, two very similar words, right? But absolutely none of the things I've spoken about today are going to work if you only do them Monday to Thursday. That's the problem here. This is where a lot of people go wrong, okay? Harry, I went out for food on Saturday with the girls, ended up having a Chinese and 2 glasses of wine. That's fine, but that's your deficit gone for the week. And, you know, if you're 1 pound up on the scales, you're holding water retention from extra carbohydrates and sodium. That's fine, but listen, you don't need the perfect diet, you don't need the perfect training, you don't need to be perfect. What you do need is to be consistently ticking these boxes week after week, okay? I fully understand, and I'm fully aware that one-off plan meals not going to ruin your progress. Just like one salad isn't going to make you lose weight. Missing one workout won't ruin your progress. But giving up altogether is what ruins progress, okay? So consistency is key. Some things are going to have to change. Socializing as much as you potentially did is going to have to be reduced. Trust the process, give your body time to respond, and start working on consistency, okay? So I just want to apologise while my top's off, by the way. It's like 30 degrees right now. The weather's crazy today, isn't it? But anyway, so throughout the rest of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I pull out most of this into practice myself. From cooking meals in under 20 minutes to training daily activity, and how I fit all my cardio and my steps in around my busy parent life. Let's get started. Right, meal one, guys. Very, very simple. Very healthy. Give me all my protein, carbohydrates, and fats that I need, okay? Easy. Let's go. Done. Buff. Breakfast done, 1:25. So my meal one right there was taking me 1 minute 24 to complete. That's given me 40 grams of protein. That's given me 80 grams of carbohydrates through pretty much a rice supplement and a banana with almond milk as well, which is plant-based, low in fat, low in calories. So all the nutrition I need delivered in one meal with under 1 minute 30. Can't complain at that. So we're at the point now, 3 meals are ready. 1 bag of Uncle Ben's rice in each one. Pineapple, feta, salad, tomato, cucumber. That's all prepared, that's ready to go. We're just waiting on the chicken. And what we have left on the timer is that backwards? 9 minutes 22. We're just 9 minutes 22 in, and everything's prepared. Just waiting for the chicken. So if the chicken was pre-cooked, I could have got these meals done in under 10 minutes. But that's not the case today. I did say under 20, which we're still on schedule for. So yeah, it's as easy as that. We're nearly there. And there we have it, guys. My breakfast from before. My 3 meals here that I've made together, equally apart, with my apple and protein bar as my snack. 3,000 calories boxed off in under 20 minutes, with actually quite a bit of time to spare. Easily done. Bosh. So today's target was 3,000 calories. My breakfast this morning was 70 grams of cream of rice, 40 grams of whey, as you've seen, 1 banana and 250 ml of almond milk. Then my snacks for later, a protein bar and an apple, as you've just seen as well. That gave me roughly 870 calories, 60 protein, 130 carbs and 14 grams of fat. That's left me with just over 2,000 calories for the rest of the day. Instead of overcomplicating things, I simply split those calories across the 3 meals equally. Each meal contains chicken breast for my protein, microwave vegetable rice for carbohydrates, Greek style salad with feta for flavour and vegetables, and pineapple on the side for a little bit of extra carbohydrates as well. 3 meals, exactly the same, simple, quick, high in protein, made with whole foods, and everything is prepared under 20 minutes. I'm literally just sat here creating this video now. I've got 3 minutes left on my chicken, which is going to complete the whole meal structure for the day. Time wise, we're 15 minutes deep now, so I'm going to have these meals boxed off in 18 minutes. Give me 2 minutes spare under 20 minutes. So if you're a busy parent, this is proof that you don't need to spend hours in the kitchen to eat well and hit your protein, fats and carbohydrate goals. I've just set up my whole day's worth of food from fresh to fully cooked, complete, 18 minutes, done and dusted.